Homer mocked the old man for his ugly meatballs. It was discovered that he was Abe. Unexpectedly, Abe found love at his retirement age, and they have been dating for 6 months now. Abe really likes listening to Blythe. Blythe feels that Abe understands his music very well. They are attracted to each other and feel like they have found true love. Homer and Marge come to visit our home, discovered that she has an 11-year-old child named Calvin. Marge is curious about having such a young child at retirement age. She explained that this is an adopted child. Homer doesn't think Abe's personality will lead well, haha. The result was unexpected for him. Abe really likes this kid, Calvin.
You never gave me uppies.
Homer is jealous because he has never felt Abe's fatherly love. I didn't expect Calvin to be an excellent specimen maker.
I prefer that it not stare into my soul like it knows my sins.
Homer came home and started to complain about Calvin crazily. How does he think a child can be stronger than him? Suddenly, he felt his tongue swell up, and there are many dense rashes on the back. I didn't expect Homer to be allergic to Brazilian palm wax. This caused a red and swollen shape on his back, but Marge covered the whole house with Brazilian palm wax. Homer had no choice but to come to Abe's new home. He shares the same room with Calvin. Abe will also tell Calvin goodnight stories. Although I stepped on Homer's head,
At your feet!
Calvin and Homer started arguing, but Homer looks down on Calvin, and he's still mocking Calvin and fighting fiercely.
Each part on your head!
In the coming days, the two of them started a big battle. They are all causing trouble for each other. Homer accompanied Calvin to the biological specimen store. He mocked biological specimens as dead animals. I didn't expect Calvin to have a wide network of contacts. This is just a pelican that died naturally. Calvin's specimen comes from Abe every night. He came to the tavern and roast about Calvin and Abe.
Unprocessed trauma.
Homer returned to his room with Calvin wear Calvin's hat and imitate Calvin in front of the mirror. Abe mistook Homer for Calvin at the door and proudly praised him. Homer feels very disappointed. He never felt Abe's admiration. Homer sat under the tree depressed. Calvin thought he was going to damage the bird's nest on the tree. Homer's sense of loss prevented him from confronting Calvin. Calvin sensed his loss and was curious. Homer thinks Calvin is just a child. Why does Abe love him so much? And he also thinks Homer is useless. Calvin doesn't understand that Abe still loves Homer very much. Homer asked Calvin to pretend to be sitting at home. Abe approached Homer upon hearing his call. He scolded Calvin, who was pretending to be Homer, harshly. Calvin also thinks Abe is too harsh on Homer. He decided to help Homer unravel the misunderstanding with Abe. Calvin's work shone brightly at the exhibition, just as the host announced the winner. Homer brought his work to the exhibition. When I saw Homer's specimen of shell eyes, Abe criticized him generously. I think this pair of foolish eyes. But the hosts and teachers around me could tell. At this point, Homer expressed himself through his works. Son's demand for Father Abe finally realized that this was Homer's confession to him. Homer started to cry and felt like he only had Calvin in his eyes.
When you were a kid, being a dad felt like the end of my youth. But now with Calvin, it's my last chance to feel young.